Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at two gas masks from Mira Safety. It's going to be the CM7M and the CM6M. Okay, we're going to take a look at shooting with the two of them, see what they do good and what they don't do so good out here on the range, and give you my thoughts at the end of the video. So stick around. Okay, here we are. I have the gas mask on, I have my ear pro on, and hopefully you guys can hear me. I have a lapel mic on, so I'm going to show you what the cheek weld looks like and take a few shots. Alright, now I have a magnifier on this rifle. I wanted to test out to see if I could actually get a sight picture through the magnifier with the gas mask on, so let's take a look and see if we could do that. Alright, it is a little more difficult. I'm knocking the seal off of the ear protection with the stock of the rifle, okay? So let's flip this out of the way. And now, just a regular sight picture. I am able to get that just fine. You notice I have the rifle canted slightly, kind of on a 45. And that's allowing me to see through it a little bit better. Okay, if I hold it upright and I tilt my head over a little bit, I have a good sight picture. That's better for me. That's a little bit worse. Okay, I can adjust the rifle to make it work, but the ideal situation for me is to have the rifle canted a little bit, maybe at about 25-degree angle. It gives me a good sight picture. Alright, I'm going to do another take here, get some more footage for you guys. I switched rifles. I got one that's slung up now. And go ahead and put this gas mask on. Alright, no problems at all. I have a perfect sight picture. I'll just mount the rifle up like I normally do. Okay. Get my cheek on there. And it lines right up. I have no problem at all seeing through here. Okay. This one I actually have the PEC on here, so if I wanted to, in a lower light situation, I could use my laser. But definitely not in the sunlight like it is today. I won't be able to see it at all. So I definitely do need the optic and the ability to shoot with a gas mask through the optic here. All right, perfect. All right, this thing is good to go. No problem at all. there you have it. It takes a little bit of getting used to come back up. Getting a little caught up on the bottom of the mask here because I'm just not used to it, but not a big deal at all. Okay, definitely doable. You could definitely run drills with this. Breathing is a little bit more labor. That might help if I had a second filter, but I can't just because I'm shooting on this side. It would be too much interference. Okay, another thing that you lose through here is your peripheral to be able to look down. So even if I'm looking down, I still can't see my rifle. So I was trying to look at my holster, and I can't even see anything on my waistline or my chest through here. The most I could see is this little tiny piece of my stock and my sling. So one thing to consider about running and gunning in a gas mask. Okay, one other thing that is a little bit different is drawing my handgun with my red dot. I'm used to looking with both eyes, and with the divider here, kind of throws the sight picture through the red dot off. I'm used to looking out with two eyes, and this just kind of distorts things a little bit. So you have to really kind of depend more on your dominant eye if you're going to be shooting, I guess, with a red dot, like I am, or at least that's how it seems to me.
Okay, here's the CM6M that I was telling you about. Let me get a filter on here. I'm going to put it on my non-dominant side since I need my dominant side clear to shoot. And I'll show you what that looks like. Give me 1 second. So here's what that looks like. I've got this screwed in. And let me take the ear pro off, get the gas mask on, and I'll grab my rifle.
All right, here we are with the CM6M, and the field of view is a lot better through here. You don't have the blind spot down the center, but I also don't have the recessed eye cups, okay? That we'll see later is going to prevent me from using these with night vision. So I'll throw my helmet on in a second and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so all right, so it's definitely doable to shoot this with the CM6M. I do have to cant the rifle a little bit further, maybe at about a 45-degree angle to see through it. But it is doable. Definitely ideal situations to have the CM7M with the recessed cheek for the proper cheek weld. Okay. Right about there, I have a sight picture, okay? A little bit further than with the CM7M. All right. And I can't really use the magnifier with either of these gas masks. The buttstock is just breaking the seal from my ear pro. So if I do take a shot, it's going to blow my eardrums out. Well, maybe not blow them out, but it's not going to be comfortable. All right, it definitely works. One thing to consider is I do have to definitely turn the rifle a full 45 degrees. If I don't, and I come up and I hit the bottom of the gas mask, it breaks the seal, okay? Which is not what you want to do. It defeats the purpose of the gas mask. So I was just trying to run and gun a little bit. I came up, I tried to go straight and come down, and immediately pressing down, I felt that the seal break at the top of the mask here. So definitely not what you want. If you're going to run and gun with this, you're going to need to mount the rifle high and cant it 45 degrees and bring your head in, okay?
All right, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna throw on my helmet, and we'll get some footage of how it is shooting with the helmet on, with the CM7M. I'm not gonna try it with the CM6M. I just don't think it's gonna be possible with everything that's going on. So let me get geared up in this bad boy, get the gas mask on, and I'll show you what it looks like to shoot in those.
All right, here's what this looks like. And obviously I have my nods up here. If I were to bring them down, I could adjust all of this, bring the nods out, bring everything down, and I can get them over my eyes. There we go. Get them over my eyes, no problem. Okay, I was shooting like this the other night, and I was able to do it. I had no problem. I'll cut in some video of me doing some night shooting. Okay, so let me flip these up out of the way. Okay, I'll go grab my rifle, and I'll show you what it's like in the daytime shooting with the helmet on. Oh, here we go. All right. Okay. All right, there's my sight picture. Still the same, about a 25, 22 and a half, 25 degree cant, as opposed to the CM6M, which I had to have a 45 degree cant to be able to have a proper sight picture, okay? And I have my stock collapsed all the way in. All right, and this thing is good to go. All right, if you want, you can go run some drills with it. I know I sound muffled right now, but it's all good. All right.
All right, now a couple of things to note. When you're wearing a helmet with this, I don't know if you could see it, but there's a line right across the top here where my helmet was sitting. So what you're gonna need to do is, if you have some type of a adjustable retention system on your helmet, is dial it back. I have to dial mine back all the way to be able to get it to fit properly. And even with that, I say properly kind of loosely. It would help if I had a little bit larger of a helmet and I had some more room inside, but I think that's a medium helmet. I think a large, for me personally, to wear with a gas mask would be better. It is a little tight and it does force this down a little bit on my face, and it does kind of push my eye from center line a little bit higher, so it does make it a little bit harder for me to use these with the night vision to shoot my rifle through. So something to keep in mind. All right.
All right, it actually does work. I know I don't have the filter on here. I took it off to put it on the other one. But I actually can wear this, and I can get my nods down over the front of it, which is good. I don't have a battery in my nods right now, but the tubes are pretty far away from my face. So I can't imagine that it's going to be a good picture through the tubes. The field of view is probably going to be minimized by how far away I am from the tubes. All right, I threw some batteries in the night vision. I want to go ahead and I want to bring that down to the front of the lens here and see what the picture looks like through there, if I think it's going to be usable or not. All right, I can see through it. It's not ideal. The best way I could describe it is looking through a rifle scope tube from too far away. So can you see through it? Yeah, you can. Is it a good picture? Is it usable? Probably not. I don't think so. It's much better with the CM7M. It's got the recessed eye cups on the CM7M, and you can get the optic lens, yeah, close to your eyeball, and you have a much more usable picture with that. But like I said, you're going to have to work out your retention system all the way, and you also are going to need a extended chin strap to go underneath the bottom of your chin. So those two things will make your helmet usable with your gas mask. So what do I think overall? I think these things are pretty awesome. I can run and gun with it. I can get a good cheek weld. I can shoot my rifle. I can shoot my pistol. And it is a little bit more difficult to breathe. You can see I'm breathing a little heavy now. One, because I'm probably out of shape and I'm overweight, but that's besides the point. But shooting with the mask on, no problem at all. I can get a perfect sight picture through the EOTech. And this is on a Unity riser, okay? So this is a 2.26 riser. I think my other rifle that I was using earlier in the video does not have a riser on it. It's just the lower 1/3, and I was still able to use that with it as well. That one was a little bit more difficult. I had to get down a little bit deeper, and I was knocking my ear pro seal off a little bit more than I was with this setup here. So definitely a little bit easier with the riser, just something to consider. But overall, I like it. Works fine. You saw I did have the CM6M. I have that for home use. I have it for me, my wife, and my kids. They do sell smoke filters, so in case there is some kind of a house fire, I do have those with the smoke filters to be able to use that in the house. And that's kind of how I got into this. And I reached out to Mira, and I asked them if I can get a CM7M to test out on the range because I was intrigued. And they were nice enough to send it out to me, and I'm glad that they did because I like it. And I can use it to train. I could use it out here on the flat range. I could use it to do simunition courses and things like that. I don't do airsoft, but if I did and I wanted to use that to practice, I could certainly do that. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the two masks, the two rifles, and the helmet, and everything I had going on here. So the best combination of what I've tried was the CM7M and my night setup rifle, the one with the Unity Tactical 2.26 riser on it. So that made it really easy for me to get a somewhat normal cheek weld
and to hold the rifle straight and not have to cant it out at a 22, 25, or 45 degree angle to be able to get a good sight picture through it. I was able to hold the rifle straight, pull it into my chest, and look down and get a good sight picture. Okay. The other rifle, I did not have any kind of a riser on it. I had the magnifier, and I had the lower 1/3 EOTech EXPS 2, I think it was. And that one was a little bit more difficult to hold straight and get a good sight picture through. I had to cant that one about 22 to 25 degrees to get a good sight picture with the CM7M gas mask. So you can use the gas mask without any kind of a riser on your optic. You're just going to have a little bit more of a tough time seeing through the optic and getting a good sight picture. Okay, or at least I did with my body composition, my body structure, the way I hold my rifles and run and gun. So you might be different if you're skinnier than me, or if you have, you know, a different body structure than me. It might be different for you, but that's how it was for me. The CM6M is good to be able to shoot with as well. The only problem I had with that is I really need to kick the rifle out to about a 45 degree angle or maybe more. If I didn't and I held it more at a 0 degree angle or a 25 degree angle, what I noticed is as I came down to get a sight picture, I was breaking the seal on the mask. It was pushing up on the bottom of the mask. The stock was pushing up on the bottom of the mask and breaking the seal at the top of the mask. If I were to twist it out at about 45 degrees, I was able to sneak in there and get a better sight picture behind that optic. Okay, you know, obviously the contact to my shoulder in all those positions is kind of as high up as I could possibly go without knocking the bottom of the mask and breaking the seal. But it's going to have to be something that you're going to have to try and practice on your own. It's not a completely natural shooting configuration. It's something that you're going to have to practice a little bit with. Okay. With the night vision, I put the night vision on with the CM6M, and I put my daytime caps on there and turned it on, and it looked really too far away to actually be usable under night vision. Can you see through it and can you identify things? Yes. Are you going to be running and gunning with it in that configuration? No, I don't think so. I did take the CM7M out on a night shoot, and I did get some footage of me shooting at night. It's not a whole lot, but I was able to get the helmet on. I was able to get it over the top of the gas mask, and I didn't end up breaking the seal or anything like that. Was a little snug because my helmet retention system didn't open up far enough because my helmet's a medium, not a large. If it was a large helmet, I might have a little bit of extra room in there where it sat a little bit more comfortably. But with the medium, I was able to use it. But to get the helmet to sit comfortably, I did push the gas mask down a little bit and push my view from the center of the glass on the gas mask up to the top third of the glass. So it was a little uncomfortable, but I was able to get the nods down, and I was able to use it to shoot at night. So that worked out just fine. The big thing about that is the recessed eye cups were perfect for me to be able to run my Wilcox mount all the way to the front and all the way down and be able to flip them down. And they sat nicely inside of the eye sockets, the recessed eye sockets of the CM7M, which was good. And that gave it close enough seating to my eye where I was able to actually do things under night vision and shoot under night vision with that gas mask. So overall, if you're planning on doing anything out on the range, definitely the CM7M. It's got a lot more features that make it suitable to be doing things on the range, on the flat range, if you're going to be doing night vision or anything like that in them. Definitely the CM7M. The CM6M, I think you'd be able to use it on the flat range with making the modifications to how you're holding your rifle, like I said, canted out to the side pretty far and bringing your head down and into it. without breaking the seal on the gas mask. Is it doable? Yes, it's doable. It's not ideal. I think that gas mask is more so for something I would keep at the house, for a house fire. I don't anticipate having any natural disasters, but I do live in a region that's prone to forest fires, so there's a possibility that the area could go up in flames, which the gas mask could come in useful for, but more so I think I would keep it around the house for a house fire, God forbid something like that were to happen, and who knows with what's going on in the world today if I would need it for any other application. But definitely two good options. I love them both. The CM7M, I'm digging it just a little bit more for on the range use. Like I said, it's just much more suitable for what I'm going to be doing out here on the range and the training that I'm going to be doing. So to each his own. If you are interested, go take a look at their website. It's Mira Safety, and take a look at the products they offer. So in addition to the CBRN filters, they have the smoke filters and a few other filters for not so much for CBRN, but for other types of contaminants, if you're interested in that. They do also have things like respirators, stuff like that. So if that's your thing, check it out. They have hazmat suits. Go over there and take a look. All right. But if you're in the market for a gas mask, I think these things are all right. I think they're good to go. And if you're interested, I hope this video helped you out a little bit. And we'll speak to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.